Sometimes the greatest transformation begins the moment you realize you have everything to lose. Rashta finally comes face to face with the family she tried so desperately to leave behind. But before the night is over, someone will offer her a dangerous path, one that could change the fate of the empire forever. Lebetti stares at Rashta with a smug smile, clearly enjoying the fear on her face. Before she can say another word, Alan quickly steps in and pulls his sister away. He quietly reminds Lebetti that their father ordered them to pretend they don't know Rashta. Although clearly unhappy, Lebetti reluctantly leaves with him. Only after they're gone does Rashta finally leave the ballroom. As soon as she steps into the corridor, Alan, who had been waiting outside, calls out to her. He quickly explains that their father had ordered both of them to pretend that they were strangers. But there was something he felt she needed to know. It was about Ayan. The moment their son's name leaves his lips, Rashta instinctively covers his mouth. "Are you threatening me now?" Alan is stunned. He insists that was never his intention. He simply wanted her to know that he had heard she provided Ayan with a mention in the capital. Believing she had done it out of goodness of her heart, he wanted to thank her. Hearing those words, Rashta immediately understands what happened. Viscount Sovieshu never told his own children the truth. He hid the fact that he had been blackmailing her all along. "So?" she replies coldly. Gathering his courage, Alan apologizes. He abandoned her because he had too much to lose. He knows he can never undo that choice. But Rashta has no interest in reopening old wounds. "I don't want to talk about the past." Now she understood exactly how Alan felt. She too had far too much to lose. She tells him to obey his father's orders and continue pretending they have never met. And if his rude little sister insists on provoking her, she should learn some manners. Without another glance, Rashta walks away. As she leaves, she can't help but marvel at herself. Not long ago, this family held complete power over her. Now, she had spoken to them without fear. Perhaps power truly changes a person. Still unsettled, Rashta makes her way to Duke Ergy. As she approaches, she notices a blue messenger bird flying away from his window. For a brief moment, she wonders if she has arrived at a bad time. Ergy simply brushes it aside with a smile, saying a friend of his has been acting strange lately. Then his attention turns back to Rashta. He asks what has brought her here. After a moment of hesitation, Rashta finally reveals the truth. Someone slipped an abortion drug into her food. She had promised herself she would protect both her baby and herself. Yet almost immediately after making that promise, someone tried to take everything from her. If danger could reach her even inside the imperial palace, how was she supposed to survive? Ergy listens quietly before giving her two choices. She can place her trust in the emperor and rely on his protection. Or she can eliminate every threat before they ever have the chance to strike. Rashta lowers her eyes. Her greatest enemy is simply too powerful. Ergy quickly guesses who she means. The Empress. Rashta slowly nods. At first, she wanted nothing more than to become close to Navier. Everyone praised the Empress for her kindness, wisdom, and grace. She believed someone so admired would surely show compassion to her as well. Instead, The woman she once hoped to befriend had become the person she feared the most. With a faint smile, Ergy speaks. There is only one way. You must become Empress. Rashta stares at him in disbelief. Become Empress? How could a former slave ever dream of such a thing? Seeing her hesitation, Ergy calmly begins weaving a story. What if she wasn't born a slave at all? What if she had actually been the long-lost daughter of a noble family? Imagine parents who had spent years searching for their missing child. Then one day, stories of a beautiful young woman who had captured the emperor's heart spread across the continent. Naturally, those parents would come looking for her. Rashta listens in complete silence. The story sounds like a fairy tale. Ergy smiles. Exactly. People love fairy tales. When Rashta quietly admits she has no family left, Ergy calls it perfect opportunity. There are plenty of impoverished nobles willing to play such a role. Better yet, they should come from his own kingdom. That way, no one in the Eastern Empire could easily expose the deception. For the first time, Rashta begins to imagine a future she had never believed possible. Not as the emperor's mistress, but as someone who could one day stand beside the throne. Ergy warns Rashta that creating a noble identity won't be enough. There is one rule she must never break. No matter what happens, she must never agree to a paternity test. Rashta nods without hesitation. Only then does Ergy turn to the next step of the plan. If she truly wishes to become Empress, she has much to learn. Etiquette, history, politics, everything expected of a noble lady. Rashta isn't convinced. Even if she studies day and night, how could she ever compete with someone as intelligent and respected as Empress Navier? Ergy smiles knowingly. That isn't the point. She doesn't have to become another Navier. The nobles would never fully accept her. Winning their hearts would be a losing battle. Instead, she should seek the support of the common people. Unlike the Empress, Rashta understands what it means to struggle. She knows poverty. She knows fear. She knows what it feels like to have no one willing to help. If she presents herself as someone who truly understands ordinary citizens, they will naturally sympathize with her. Many members of the Imperial Council are commoners themselves. If she can win public opinion, she may one day stand before the Empress as an equal. For the first time, Rashta sees a path forward. The following day, Sovieshu discusses Rashta with two of his secretaries. One points out that while a few nobles still look down on her for being born a commoner, most simply see her as a lovable and charming mistress. Sovieshu isn't satisfied. If Rashta is going to bear his child, he wants the nobility to see her as more than a passing romance. He wants them to respect her, perhaps even fear her a little. Another secretary then reports that suspicious people have been seen around Viscount Lotitius's estate, seemingly investigating Rashta's past. Sovieshu suspects they are searching for proof that she was once a slave and orders a discreet investigation of who is behind this. Before the meeting concludes, the secretary delivers one final report. Rashta has requested permission to begin etiquette lessons. Sovieshu immediately grants this approval. Without realizing it, he has just taken the first step toward Ergy's plan. Elsewhere, inside the Empress's palace, Laura reports that Lebetti's encounter with Rashta unfolded exactly as expected. Countess Eliza looks at Navier in surprise. She had believed the Empress wanted as little involvement with Rashta as possible. Yet now, it seemed she had changed her mind. Navier calmly shakes her head. She never intended to involve herself unnecessarily, but some boundaries must be drawn. While Rashta believes she has finally found a way to protect herself, she has no idea that Navier quietly set this entire confrontation in motion. The battle between the Emperor's mistress and the Empress has only just begun. If you were in Rashta's position, would you have accepted Duke Ergy's plan, or would you have trusted the Emperor to protect you instead? If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next chapter of the story. And as always, thank you for listening to Manga with me. Until next time.